and D-Rock here with another stream. Hopefully, all of you had a wonderful day or are having a wonderful day and going to have a great weekend. Overall, crypto market cap sitting at $964 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 39.9%. ETH dominance at 17.4%. We can see that the bulls have brought Bitcoin above 20K. Is it going to last? ETH at 1365. BNB nearing 289, Cardano still between 43 and 44 cents, Solana at $35, Polkadot at $6.54, Polygon nearing 79 cents. Overall, things are starting to look like they're on going to the upside, but could it be a shakeout? I mean, if we look at the charts, you guys, the 1 minute chart, Bitcoin did have this huge rally from roughly 19,200 just a few hours ago all the way up to now above roughly 20,100. Will the bulls keep the charge? Will they keep the charge going, or is this a fake out? Are the bears going to send the price tumbling? Again, something to pay attention to until we clear this. It's just going to be a lower high potentially. So just something to pay attention to. And until we clear 20,400, I don't think we're out of the woods. And then even after that, we still need to go higher than this for there to be a continuation pattern where maybe we just accumulated at these lower prices, but ultimately we're going higher. But looking at the 1 day chart again, that that little that what I was discussing back here, this is just the beginning. The real challenge is getting back up here around 22.4, 22.3. That will be the real challenge for the bulls. Again, otherwise it looks like we're just in a downtrend. Um, and the possibility as to why the market may be rallying right now is Bitcoin holds 19,000 level, but volatility expected due to expiration of 2.2 billion in Bitcoin options. This is going to happen later today. Most of the bullish bets were placed above 21,000. So if the price does not reach that, sometime today, the bears are gonna slaughter the bulls and just bring this price crashing down to 18, 19K again. Personally, I'm not complaining. I think now is a good time to accumulate, even if you're doing it, once a week or every other week when you get paid. And there's no wrong dollar amount. Whatever you think is you know whatever you think is justifiable, go ahead and invest it, but not financial advice. Spain's largest telecommunications company, Telefonica, is now accepting Bitcoin and crypto for technology products. Rather bullish news coming out of Spain. Citizens of Kazakhstan can now legally buy Bitcoin and crypto with local currency. This is a win for Kazakhstanis. Uh, Ripple actually winning in its lawsuit with the SEC. SEC has been ordered to provide documents about Bill Hinman to Ripple and the regulator's ongoing case against the company. This is from Coin Bureau. Continues in saying that Bill is a former SEC director who famously said ETH was not a security because Ethereum is sufficiently decentralized. He said this back in 2018. Information documents could help Ripple win its case against SEC and set a precedent for other cryptos facing scrutiny. And this is coming after Gary Gensler basically saying, trying to set this huge precedent for ETH that it is a what's it called? It's a security. MicroStrategy is hiring a Bitcoin Lightning software engineer to build an SaaS platform. Again, going to allow more and more people to interact with the network itself. Just gonna further educate the users, which means long term there's going to be more people that believe in the technology and buy Bitcoin and then wait. That's all. That's all you got to do. Just in, U.S. lawmakers have introduced a bill to allow Bitcoin and crypto allocations in 401k retirement savings account. Fidelity says yes, please. This is a big win for people that have a 401k or retirement savings account that they want to add Bitcoin or crypto to. So good on U.S. lawmakers for allowing this, and Fidelity is going to be pushing it. So pretty good. Binance wins regulatory approval to operate in New Zealand. I think Binance is pretty much the global exchange for crypto at this point. Um, FTX, as much as they want to be number one, I think Binance beat them to it. That's not to say we can't see maybe a flippening, maybe FTX actually takes over and sometime in the future due to regulatory pressures or whatever, if, unforeseen regulatory pressures at that. But we'll see. I think Binance is number one as of right now, based off of just how many countries they're operating. British pound crashed 3 days ago. Bitcoin volume traded for pounds went up 11x that day. That's not a coincidence, and it's true. Buy Bitcoin before you need it. So as the value of the pounds disintegrate, essentially because the European, Jesus Christ, the European Central Bank, along with the UK, the Bank of England, keeps printing like crazy. A lot of that money is going to flow either into US dollars or Bitcoin, one of the two, because those are the best bets as of right now. That's not to say you can't, go with the Chinese yuan or the ruble, but I would put my bet on either Bitcoin first and foremost, and then probably the US dollar. Even if we are essentially a declining world power at this point. BlackRock has threatened to halt trading in the tumultuous UK market. That's a pretty big deal. We're talking big money um, threatening to halt trading in the UK market, considering all the conditions that are going on. The cost of an average UK mortgage could increase 70% by March. Just let that sink in. So let's say you're paying £200,000 for your home right now. That was the selling price. Well, price could go up to 340k pounds in a year's time by March, according to them. Pretty frightening stuff. Not good for young people that are looking to buy a home. Just people buying home in general. It's not looking good over in UK. Deutsche Bank is warning the UK retailers are facing a mortgage time bomb. Pounds collapsing, inflation raging, debt increasing, more quantitative easing. Now this total mess. Absolutely correct. Uh, it's just crazy, They're basically inflating the money supply into oblivion to where pound will be nothing. It'll just be pennies on a dollar. Germany announces a $200 billion relief plan to combat inflation. Sorry, euro, not pound. Um, that's again money printer going burr over in Germany. So not a good sign. Netherlands inflation hits 17.1%, new record high. Eurozone CPI year over year flash actual 10.0. That's pretty nuts. They were forecasting 9.7. Previous one was 9.1. Again, things are not looking good for Europe. Just put things into perspective. If you had $100,000 in the bank in 2015, here's how much you would have today. If you had that money in the bank in the U.S. in 2015, right now it's worth 70K. Over in Turkey, it's 14K. Lebanon, 4K. Argentina, 3K. Venezuela, zero. I guess $200. Fix the money, fix the world. All roads lead to Bitcoin. Here we have the CDS spreadsheet basically. CDS is a credit default swap, aka debt insurance. We're at 4 alarms. Stuff is breaking fast, cracking work. Thanks to James Lavish. Things are not looking good, you guys. As we can see where the averages are, we're far beyond. We have far exceeded the average, and we're kind of at a tipping point in many ways. So, not looking good. Belgium's energy minister, EU's gas problem is not a matter of supply, but of too high of prices. LOL, this guy doesn't get it, or he's acting stupid. Time to update this again. Remember, they said inflation isn't going to happen. And they said, okay, it happened, but it's transitory and it's due to bottlenecks, supply shortages. Don't worry, it'll go back to normal. Okay, not transitory, nor have the bottlenecks resolved. Let's try transitory again. Now, then they blamed it on Putin for the invasion of Ukraine. They say that's why inflation's going rampant. Not because we printed trillions of dollars out of thin air. That's not the reason. And now they're telling you 7 ways a recession could be good for you financially. Crazy, crazy stuff, guys. And this is kind of an interesting thread. It's definitely a possibility that the U.S. did sabotage the pipeline. I think more likely than not, they did it, or maybe a European country. I don't really think Russia would have blown up their pipeline. They could have easily just turned the valve and basically make the flow of the pipeline go down to drip. But that's just my opinion. Again, hard to say at this current time. Who hates Nord Stream? USA. Who put sanctions on companies building Nord Stream? USA. Who said that Nord Stream will be shut down one way or another? USA. So who sabotaged Nord Stream? Russia. That's just crazy. And friendly reminder, over $10 trillion has been wiped out from the US stock market this year. Not a good look. Fed's Mester says a recession will not stop the Fed from hiking rates. So you better believe they're going to be hiking rates in November, December, and probably at least half of next year to get on inflation under control. I saw this on TikTok, and it's a really useful way to understand the Fed's current interest rate policy. In short, the Fed is trying to find out where inflation falls, but they have to fuck around a lot to achieve this. Hope that helps. So the current Fed policy is fucking around a lot to find out. And that's the thing. You got to fuck around a lot to find out a lot. While people in Florida are suffering from Hurricane Ian, Joe Biden says send another $12 billion to Ukraine, Jack, along with Congress. And here we have Thomas Massey saying shameful. We're about to vote on a $10 billion foreign aid bill titled Global Food Security, while our military is advising soldiers to apply for food stamps to deal with inflation that bills like this have caused. Again, let's put things into perspective. Like, why do we not focus on our own people first and then take care of everyone else? Like, what is the saying? It's like take care of yourself, or you have to help yourself first before you help others. But we want to act like the good guy. So another 10 billion in foreign aid, whatever. Taxpayer will pay it for generations to come. Putin signs a decree recognizing the occupied Ukrainian regions of Kherson and Zaporozhye as independent territories. Pretty crazy stuff, you guys. This is coming just after the pipeline issue, and it's not looking good. Here we have Democrats scrap plan to vote on the stock trading ban until after the elections. Who would have thought? Um, the way this looks, it's like they know they're going to lose. Uh, they know they're going to lose the majority during midterms this fall, and so they're like, "All right, well, we'll just push it off, and when the Republicans come in, they can vote on it." It's lunacy. Here we have Kamala Harris, VP of the U.S., the other day basically had another gaffe where basically she said, "We have a strong alliance with the Republic of North Korea." And just kind of poking some fun at it. Anakin says, "You mean South Korea, right?" And then she just does her weird look, probably her awkward laugh. He's like, "You mean South Korea, right?" It's like, how do you get something that wrong? You're the VP. You have like all day to practice for this shit. North and South Korea, huge difference. Again, how do you mess this up? Things are kind of turning for the worst over in Canada. Trudeau's government allows China to open police stations in Canada to monitor Chinese nationals. What gives? Why is this a thing? Not just me hearing about it. First reading why Beijing is allegedly opening police stations on Canadian soil. Like, why are they doing this? And, they're buying up large swaths of farmland here in the US close to military bases. And Congress is just sitting on its hands like, this is fine, they're like the dog in the meme with the burning house. This is fine, drinking his coffee. Um In other news, Dr. Anthony Fauci and his wife's net worth grew by $5 million during the COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, you and my wages have either gone down or we've seen a very, very small increase. Just put, and then, to add to that, add salt to the injury, to the wound, their wealth increased from 7.5 million in 2019 to 12.6 million at the end of 2021. According to a report from the nonprofit Open the Books. Well, good for you, Mr. Anthony Fauci. You're going to retire in December, and you know what? Uh, People will just have to deal with their family members just mysteriously and suddenly dying for no particular reason. At least that's what the media claims. Just got word she died. I can't say that for sure that there's a link, but our beautiful 20-year-old healthy daughter, Regan Lewis, had a COVID shot yesterday, so she could participate in her clinicals. Just doing as she was told, trying to be a good, quote unquote, good person, trying to do what was asked of her. Today, she went into cardiac arrest and has been flown into Kearney. She's on a ventilator and is fighting for her life. Please pray for her. Again, this woman just gets the COVID jab, and within 48 hours, she's in the hospital. What gives? And you know what? It's crazy because so much of this shit goes goes under the radar because the media won't cover it. It's disgusting. And then you have weird side effects like this lady.
It's not a video I want to
This
make.
is Jennifer Gibson, a Canadian actress.
It's kind of hard to make because as I'm watching myself, I see what I'm going to say, which is I have been diagnosed with Bell's palsy, which is paralysis on one side of the face. For me, it's this side here, the left, obviously. So I got it about 2 weeks after getting my vaccine. And I had a rough go with the vaccine. And I guess still am. But I have to say that I would do it again because it's what we have to do to see people. So I don't know why I'm making this video, but here's my weird smile.
That's wild. And this isn't the first time I've heard of this. I think this is the first time I've seen a a major actor or, you know, recognizable actor have this issue as a result of taking the jab. The fact that the media won't cover it, the fact that these politicians, people in the medical industry, big pharma, are not going to pay the price for what they did to people like Jennifer Gibson and many more, like this young lady, Regan Lewis. Bless her heart, bless her family. It's sad, it's disgusting, you guys, but what can we do? You know, we just got to do our best and stay informed, and hopefully, you know, the streams, the videos that I put out, I know not many people watch them, but I hope it informs more people, you know, or I try to, that's the intent. Some people don't want to listen to it. Some people are privy to hearing outside of their echo chamber. But those of you that are willing to listen, I'm glad to make these videos. But that about does it for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please like and subscribe. Hit the share button. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we go live next. Probably gonna do a stream. Start streaming a little bit earlier. My schedule's changing a little bit. I got to get up a bit earlier, so I might be doing streams on the regular, maybe like 8:30 or 9 a.m. Just so I can get it out of the way earlier in the day. And then that way, if there's any technical issues, we can address them and still re-record if necessary. But until then, guys, be careful. Could see some volatility in the market to the downside. We can see Bitcoin is already retracing just a little bit. Again, are we going to dump going into this expirations things, Bitcoin futures expiration, or are we going to rally to that figure of 21,000? We'll see. Time will tell. Have a great weekend, you guys. Take care and invest wisely. Until next stream.